Oh yeah, it's jumping, dude. What are you getting? 1.7s, 1.8s.
The data loggers are now showing EMF readings 6 times higher than the baselines.
Light up above your head. That's 0.4. That's not causing it. High EMF or electromagnetic fields can be caused by several things. By computer screens, power lines, or anything that has electrical currents to them. If there are areas that have high EMF but none of those things around, that leads us where they saw the shadow too, and you're getting spikes right here.
The Ghost Lab team believes they've already captured several pieces of paranormal evidence. Now they need to review their recent audio recordings to see if they've got any EVPs or electronic voice phenomena.
All right, Ashley, so tell me what you got here on your audio file.
Over in the section near the fire hose.
That's the same place we got the other one. That place is always active or something. Definitely. Well, take a listen. This is actually the original file.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Right there, right there. Highlight that part and loop it. They saw the light. They saw the light.
In the paranormal world, investigators believe EVPs, or electronic voice phenomena, are the voices of disembodied spirits. But the Ghost Lab team will not just take them at face value. They return to the location where the EVP was recorded to attempt a baseline test.
What we're going to do is we're going to get a baseline EVP. Okay. We're going to try to match that voice as best you can. We're going to take it back down to the Paralab, and we'll compare the levels to show the difference between, what a human voice that we know looks like in a disembodied voice. Okay. So, okay, and they saw the light. A little lower. Right. They saw the light. That was, I think that was pretty close. They saw the light. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay. Let's take this back down to the Paralab and we'll measure the levels. Okay. All right. This is it. You can see how it's a little bit low on the frequency level down here. It's not real audible. Now, let me hear real quick. All right. All right, now check this out. This is the actual waveform of what me and Steve Harris did. Big difference. Right there. Look how pronounced that is as a human voice. It's coming from Steve's voice of a natural hearing range. But watch this. You're going to be able to tell that the voice is almost the same cadence and the same level. They saw the light. Steve's pretty good at EVPs. Here's actual data that's showing how these things behave and what they look like compared to a regular human voice. You can kind of refer it to like a dog whistle. There's frequencies out there, that we're just not hearing. Seemed to be more intelligent than anything. Now, we did a baseline, we tested it. It did occur on a different frequency than a regular human voice. Now, there is such a thing out there in the quantum physics world called parallel universes. Now, I'm no scientist, I'm no quantum physicist, so we need to get a hold of someone like that to talk about parallel universes and how these factor into this case.
Parallel universe theory developed through the study of subatomic particles that appear to be in more than one place at a time. According to the theory, the known universe is one of an infinite number of universes, each slightly different and each with its own rules and reality.
We're trying to think of some sort of theory dealing with the past, dealing with the different dimensions. That back in the 50s, this place was just rocking and rolling, literally.
Well, there's lots of interest in the meaning of time and the idea of parallel universe. There's lots of concrete work being done in the physics community. But when we study the universe, we keep being pulled into the idea that what we can see most directly is not all there is. There's really a lot more than meets the eye.
Is there any possibility that these universes or these different times can actually interact with each other?
Ultimately, the question is, can you just wrap them down into the rigorous scientific method? And when push comes to shove, you have to come up with real tests. If you can do it, who knows what you'll find.
There's something I've been working on for a while. It's something that I call era cues, which is basically what era made the place most popular. When was the energy level the highest? Here, it was like the early 50s. When they had Louisiana Hayride, when Elvis got a start. And, you know, what we want to do is we want to cue the era, hence the word era cues.
Era cues theory, the belief that you can energize spirits of past eras by presenting familiar stimuli, is Brad's paranormal twist on the parallel universe theory.
In Shreveport, one of the coolest things that we could do is recreate the environment by bringing a band in there, playing rockabilly music from the 50s, you know, getting up there and singing.
Dude,
I'll volunteer myself to do it.
Let's coordinate our investigation around the actual band being played.
We have audio, we get video, anything that we got, just bring the whole arsenal in there. Hopefully, something will manifest during that time that has to do with that era.
That'd be cool.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Coming up, Brad puts his era cues theory to the test.
Don't tell me that you
Come talk to us.
But when the energy gets raised,
This place is one of the birthplaces of rock and roll. So what we want to do is raise the energy to this place the way it was back in the early 50s and 60s when this place was jamming out. To try to stir up the entities or the spirits that are from the era, you have to look at a building and when its energy was the highest. In the case of the Shreveport Municipal Auditorium, you're talking about the heyday of rock and roll. That is what defined the Shreveport Municipal Auditorium. Therefore, if we play the music from that time, we hope to bring out the entities that are familiar with that era. We have investigators all throughout the building right now. Some of them are behind the doors, some of them are up in the balcony. And what we're doing is while you guys are playing, we're gonna be checking to see if anything's happening. And let me ask you one thing. When you're done playing your song, silence. We're gonna look, we're gonna listen, we're gonna film, take photographs, but just let it for about 30 seconds. This place is one of the birthplaces of rock and roll. So what we wanna do is raise the
Someone here? Where you at?
Move something. Make us believers. What's your reading on the temperature-wise?
81.6.
Let's go. Do something big.
Door just shut by itself.
What's going on?
The door just
Door just
shut.
shut by itself.
Which one?
This one, right here.
Did everybody see it?
I seen it.
Hector was standing right back.
Hector was right here and I was back there.
How did it shut?
It just like something
There you go.
pushed it.
You got to pull it past the lip. So like what?
So watch, feel the lip. You let go.
That wasn't holding it.
You got to really pull it.
Takes pretty good pressure.
Yeah, it does, because it's a heavy door.
All right.
Suddenly you just hear the slam on right behind your baggage. It was kind of a rush. I think we're in a hot spot, as we call it.
The experiment's going real well. But what I want to do is I want to get up there and bring the energy up high. Test one, test one. I really feel that what defines the municipal auditorium is the rockabilly style of like Elvis Presley. Maybe we can bring the
Anyone down here?
Don't tell me that you love me.
Now it's at 0. Okay.
Shut that door. Shut it again. I dare you. Come on, shut that door again.
Come talk to us. Come touch one of us. No, I didn't touch you. Dude, somebody just touched Katie. No, I didn't touch you. I'm serious. Somebody just touched Katie.
Coming up, the team analyzes their evidence
Talking about Eric Hughes' theory. There was an EVP fest in there.
before moving on to what's known as the most haunted home in America.
Where else can you use a real life haunted house to test your theories?
Will spirits from a dark past await their arrival?
Did you just hear that?
Where'd you get touched at?
On the arm. Somebody just poked her.
Poked her?
Yeah.
I thought it was Ashley. I was standing right there by the shower.
And I had already moved
They
towards
just was
that.
Like pushed it, like just.
That was
like
hard,
this?
Katie.
No, it was like that.
We're talking about Eric Hughes' theory. This place, it has really supported the theory. There was an EVP fest in there. Personal experiences, buttload. Obviously, any kind of experimentation, you have to have lots and lots of data to be able to say that something works or not. The Eric Hughes. There's something to it, man. There's something to it.
All right, Shreveport, we got a lot of good stuff, but the main categories, we got EVPs, a lot of personal experiences.
It was right here in that hallway, right off stage. The other place was up in the balcony.
Was it open earlier?
No, it wasn't.
We're facing the other way.
It wasn't
Standing
open
up here.
now. Doors open. The place was freaking haunted. I mean, what else can you say?
The things we've learned, the experiences that we've gone with the Eric Hughes and how to do it, we're going to take this information and we're going to go somewhere and apply it again.
Let's get the hell out of here.
Rock the house.
The Ghost Lab team travels 220 miles southwest to the Myrtles Plantation, notorious for high levels of alleged paranormal activity. The plantation has a dark past, one full of tragedy, disease, and death. It was built in 1796 by David Bradford, who was once marked for death by George Washington himself for his role in the Whiskey Rebellion in 1794. Another owner, Judge Clark Woodruff, is rumored to have cut off a slave's ear for eavesdropping and later had her executed. The condemned slave, Chloe, is rumored to still be haunting these grounds. Her image was allegedly captured here in a photograph from 1995. The phenomenon of ghost photography is as old as photography itself. Many historic images that supposedly captured apparitions have been debunked, but some, like the Chloe photo, and this one, the Brown Lady of Raynham, have yet to be fully explained. The team has investigated the plantation before. They've captured many unexplained phenomena, including this EVP, and what they believe to be a shadowy apparition caught on tape.
Mọi người ơi, mọi người hãy cùng đăng ký kênh và cùng mình đón xem những bộ phim hay và hấp dẫn hơn nhé.